So let's go through a story-based advertorial. This is the whole structure, details, and everything you need to know to write one yourself. So the headline is your first opportunity to grab the reader's attention and make them curious enough to read on. So if you have a shit headline, you've basically wasted your time with the entire advertorial because no one's going to read it. So put a really good effort into your headlines. And there are also other elements you can add, the subheadline, the header image, maybe some notes, some customer reviews, and basically everything you need to get the reader to scroll down and start reading your advertorial. And yeah, at the start, you need to set the tone right first. So the story-based advertorial will tell a story of the customer who was in a similar situation than the reader is right now with their problem. So set the tone right, like a mom reveals it all. This is the no surgery secret that erased my embarrassing turkey neck. So women who have the turkey neck will be curious to read what solution a mom or a woman alike found to the same problem they're dealing with. So yeah, here you have some great examples. Discover the viral no sweat face workout for a toned, youthful looking face. Every woman should do this for 5 minutes a day. Mom's morning miracle, the 5-minute facelift that wiped years off my face. Doctor reveals the truth. This is the secret how I relieve my daily knee pain and osteoarthritis. So people with the problem, people who deal with the same problem will read this, be curious, and will start reading your advertorial to see what relief the person who's dealing with the same problem found. So in the lead, you start sharing your story. Be relatable, be very specific, how the pain feels, add some analogy, like back pain feels like a rusty knife in the back. Your knees feel like they're about to snap any moment, like every time you put pressure on them. Or like when your feet are numb, they feel like little balloons or blocks of meat when you walk. Basically, you need to describe everything from the pain, from their everyday life, how it affects their work, relationships, how it feels in the morning, during the day, at night, and basically make the reader relate straight from the start, so they can say, "I'm not the only one," and they'll understand that you are in the same situation or even in the worse situation, and then they'll read on to see how the story continues. So here you have an examples you can read through. I'm not going to read through all of them. So yeah, I will just go through one. So song, grandma can't come play with you. She has painful knees. So you start with one attention-grabbing line, and then my daughter spoke gently to my grandson. His innocent eyes filled with disappointment as he retrieved his soccer ball. It was a beautiful sunny day, but instead of joining in the fun, I was sidelined with pain. For years, I've been ignoring my sharp knee pain, but it was getting worse every day. So you explain one painful situation, and then you start describing your everyday life. I felt my life was on hold. Even though I had just turned 58, I already felt old and boring. You go into more deeper emotional pain points that the problem is causing. So after you tell your story of how everyday life looks like for you, you reveal what solutions you have tried, why you hated them, which ones failed, which ones just wasted your money, which ones provided just temporary relief. For example, here, I tried everything from high-end serums to skin tightening creams and massages, but no one gave me the lasting result I craved. I was considering Botox, but it didn't feel right in me. It felt unnatural, and every time the effect would start to fade, I would have to see the dreaded turkey neck creeping back. Let's not forget the risks: drooping eyelids, uneven brows, and those dreaded complications you often hear about. Then they also tried facials and serums, were relaxing. They just weren't aggressive enough to tackle the deep-seated sagging I was experiencing. Skin tightening creams, their promising labels, failed to deliver the lift they boasted. I would use them hoping for a change, but I still look the same. And then massages, you can basically go through each common alternative or a solution they might have tried and basically dismiss it on why it didn't work. And then after you share the story, you share the solutions they have tried. You can share that they were getting afraid that they will have to live with this pain for their entire life. Like here, I was afraid I was heading into a wheelchair. The pain had consumed not my knees but my life. My grandkids were scared to play with me, fearing they might hurt me. So basically, how they're afraid that this will be this is how the rest of their life will look like. And if they're like 40, 50, 60 years, they probably have another 20 years at least to live. So the reader, when reading this, he will think, okay, I can't keep on wasting my time with trying solutions that won't work. I can't keep ignoring the problem or trying to, or hope that it will go away by itself. And then after the story, the alternatives they've tried, the solutions they've tried, and the fear of the worst case scenario, you start to slowly building up to the product introduction. So then you can say one day they were maybe looking for a solution and they saw an ad, or maybe they had enough. They began to do research, and on a forum they found someone recommend this device, or maybe they were stepping on their porch with their painful knees, and the neighbor noticed their pain, came up to them, and then shared how the neighbor himself once experienced the same problem, and then he would share what helped him. Then he would slowly build up to the product. Or simply you can use an expert if you have one, which is basically the authority figure of the brand you're waiting for. Not all brands have them, but if you do, it's very valuable. So you can say you signed up for a consultation, you stumbled upon a webinar of this expert, or you saw reviews and you went to see him in person, and here's what he revealed. And yeah, here are some examples. So luckily, one afternoon while nursing my throbbing knees, I stumbled upon a video featuring a renowned doctor sharing his secret to fixing the chronic pain in his knees. He explained how as we age, our knee cartilage wears down, causing our knees to ache. He stressed how movement could aid in healing, but I knew how every movement felt like a nightmare. He then introduced the product. I crossed it out for privacy reasons. At first, I was confused. How is it better than physical therapy? He went on to explain. Then basically, the expert would explain the actual product, not the product, but the mechanism or the method the product uses to solve your problem. And then the expert recommended they give it a try and get back to them. Similar here about Botox and skin tightening. Here, so here they met an expert, and here they met a friend. So they met up with a friend. This is again when a person, someone like a colleague, notices the pain and then recommends the product. Like, have you tried this device by this brand? And then you're like, what? You're like confused. Then the person goes on to explain. Instead of the expert explaining, the person goes on to explain, because now they had the same problem and now they've solved the problem. So now they're educated and kind of qualified to talk about how to solve that problem. So here the colleague said, don't even think about facelift. This device is all you need. And then she will explain how the device works and why it works in detail. And and then the person would say curious about Jenna's visible results. I used the same method that she used to hopefully finally find a solution. And it's similar to when you use this approach to say I saw an ad. It was this product that explained basically the truth of my problem, how it's not actually what I thought, but it's actually this. And now finally I know how to approach it, how to correctly approach my problem. And this product that I clicked on an ad to actually solves my problem. So basically you can add, maybe they're still skeptical because they tried so many solutions, but nothing worked. And why would this work? But then they saw a bunch of positive reviews. An expert or a friend recommended it. They saw a money back guarantee, so decided, okay, I have nothing to lose. I'm gonna try it. And then you basically move on straight away, about sharing the experience after using the product. So you can say, oh, this was the best decision I made in my life, or fast forward to the day, I feel like the problem has completely disappeared, or in just 14 days, I got so much better. That's the subject line, and then you could go into details. Here, a few days later, my device finally arrived. I added it to my skincare routine, and it took just 5 minutes a day. So basically explaining how they use the device and how the whole experience felt. And here they share, before I knew it, within just 2 months, the changes were undeniable. The skin that once sagged, made me look tired and worn, was now visibly tighter and more youthful. My husband, bless him, hardly ever notices these things. To him, one skincare tool is much like another, but this time was different. The compliments started flowing. He paid more attention, and it felt like we were just rediscovering each other all over again. At work, people noticed too. So basically, you describe your experience with the product, how you used it, how it felt, and then you go into details how after a certain time frame, a few days, weeks, months, whatever, you explain how much better it got and how much better life got because you finally solved the problem. And yeah, here's another example. You can read through these examples more carefully. And then after you share how much better it got after a certain time frame, you put your first call to action. And it's a subtle one. So the same person is like recommending the product. So if you're battling unsightly sag of a turkey neck, like I once did, I urge you to use this device and watch your insecurities melt away. So if you're experiencing the daily knee pain that's seriously taking away the quality of your life, I encourage you to give this device a try and see for yourself. And for anyone struggling with wrinkles, loose skin, and just general thought of aging, I can't recommend this device enough. Give it a try and watch it transform your skin. And you can also add, the last time I checked, it was at 50% off. The last time I checked, they had low stock, or the last time I checked, they were sold out. So click the buttons to check availability. This is like the first button you can use before you go. Once you like kind of end the story and go into more details about the product, go into get more salesy. So yeah, after the first button, if they're sold, they're gonna click and buy, and if they're still curious, still unsure, they will want to know how it actually works, because an expert or the friend or the ad kind of explained how it works, but you kind of touched on it briefly, and here you can go into much more details about how the product works. So you put an image or a GIF of how the product works, and basically you explain the whole mechanism, the whole problem, the whole method. So here's an example. I'll read one of them. So this facelifting device is a revolutionary tool designed to tackle turkey neck and rejuvenate the skin using the latest therapies. Just as easily as slipping on a pendant, the neck lifting device can be glided over your neck and face, unleashing its powerful technologies to restore, refresh, and rejuvenate. Then if it uses multiple technologies, you go through each one and how each one contributes to solving the problem. So sonic massage helps relax facial muscles, smooth out tension, and uplift your facial expressions. LED therapy emits specific LED colors, each targeting different skin concerns. Red light does this, blue light does that, green light does that. Then how thermal therapy helps, how electroporation helps. And overall, with this device by your side, you're not just tackling the turkey neck, but you're embracing a holistic approach to skincare that delivers visible results. So you can also add how you can finally stop using methods that don't work and finally find a solution. Next, you include social proof. There's a lot of options you can include here, but most common are just reviews or maybe statistics of your 5-star reviews, how many have sold already, how many customers are using it. So yeah, first you can use statistics, join the thousands of satisfied customers or over 500 5-star reviews, or you can use testimonials, include 3 to 5 testimonials from like a demographic that basically targets every approach. If you have a product that solves back pain, you can add one review that solved back pain from injury, one review where they solved back pain that randomly appeared with their age, and you get the point. Basically, you tackle you try to please multiple types of customers and how each review can fit to them. So then you can include a scene on banner where maybe the product has been in a magazine or on a TV show even. You can include this for credibility. Use visuals. So, for example, here you like create a table comparing it to alternatives, and include dynamic elements like screenshots of social media comments, or maybe you can add another GIF of a person using the product. You can include images of customers holding the product in their hands. So yeah, here you can also include what I mentioned, the us versus them table, comparing you either to a competitor or on the most common solution people take to solve that problem. And yeah, you can be a bit more biased towards your product. And yeah, you can experiment with the customer story. So you just told the story of how that customer discovered the product. Now you can put another story, like here's how Jessica reversed her hair loss. Then you can add a shorter story, but still just to show that the product actually works. And it's not just one scenario where it helped solve the problem, but it can also help. It also help this person. Here's a different story. And yeah, I would say don't put the most valuable social proof you have, but don't overdo it. So I wouldn't include all of this, because you have to think about how your customer experience feels. And if they're scrolling through the advertorial, you don't want to make them scroll for ages through all the social proof. Like, social proof is good, but I believe you can't put too much. Like, if you include 10 reviews like this, no one's gonna read them. If you include 3, like, there's a higher chance that they're actually gonna get read. And you include banners, include the visuals, like a visual 90-day money back guarantee, over 90,000 sold, 4.75 out of 5-star reviews. And yeah, after the social proof, for your call to action, you can again remind of how much better life is now after the product is sold. Go into much deeper benefits. So look at the feature, ask, so what? What's the benefit? Like, I relieve my back pain. And then you ask, so what? And then the deeper benefit. So I can finally walk for a longer period of time without the need of sitting down. I can finally lift stuff up. I can finally feel independent. I can finally go through my work, my shift at work, without having to like deal with excruciating pain. And here's an example you can look at. Like, you try to paint the picture in the reader's head more. Like, imagine looking in the mirror and seeing you've aged backwards. No sagging skin, no turkey neck, no self-consciousness, no restrictions, just pure confidence. And then you explain how their everyday life would look like. Like, picture yourself staring at your reflection, seeing a refined, sculpted jawline, knowing that when you step out, you'll be walking around with your head held high, not bothered about your side profile. Imagine fully embracing your beauty, engaging in conversations, and laughing without a moment's concern about how your neckline looks. And then, optional, it depends on the product you're selling. You can add that this product is not available on Amazon or eBay. You would usually put this only if they're actually available there. Or you can just put this so you don't lose the customer, so the customer doesn't go browsing the internet looking for a cheaper option. And yeah, if you sell maybe like dropshipping products that are they can be easily found on Amazon or Temu, AliExpress, or eBay, you would just put this, that like you don't want other people marking your products, and you only sell it on this brand's website. And another option is the low stock. Yeah, one thing to note is that you want to include scarcity and create the fear of missing out, create FOMO, but you don't want to make it look like you're desperate or it's just a marketing gimmick. So give a good reason behind the low stock. You can say, in the past it has sold out already. When it launched, it sold out in 24 hours. It went viral, and now the demand is higher than we can manage, or the demand currently is higher than the production process. Or if it's a seasonal product, like maybe it repels bugs. So you can say, with the summer coming up, we are receiving an increased amount of orders, and order now before they run out of stock. Yeah, and basically you can combine it with your call to action of, where can I try the product? Also, this if you don't have to write a whole separate section on it, you can make this just one sentence to include into your call to action. You can say, it's available only in this website. It's not available anywhere else. The same for the stock. It's due to the current situation, the stock is low. And then you write the final close. Basically, in the final close, it's just as important as your headline is at the start, because now you've led the reader through your entire advertorial, and now you just have to get them over the finish line. So put in effort in the close, remind them of the pain point, paint a picture of the future, how it will look without their problem, highlight your guarantee, remind about the special offer, mention low stock, and put a call to action. Give them a clear call to action. Click the button below. Be direct. Also, you don't want to be too long. And here are examples you can check out. So, why settle for stress of aging or painful procedures? This product is the modern answer to agifying skin. No toxins, no needles, just naturally enhanced beauty. And then it goes on about social proof, how it's safe, effective, and how for a limited time they're offering an exclusive discount. If you leave this page, you might miss out. Or you can add, it's available only on. That's another good way to get people to go to your website instead of searching for the product elsewhere. You say, only on this website there's a special discount you can take advantage of. Then you remind them of the guarantee, and then fall in love with your skin again with this device. Then click the button. And yeah, if you feel the need, or maybe you've tested this and you see that a statistic where people hop off or click off towards the end, or maybe they read, click, but don't buy. So you can add an end objection handling. So you can read through your editorial, think about what other objections they might have. You can double down on the guarantee offer. So you can say, remind them about the guarantee, such as the money back guarantee or free trial period. So this means they don't have to say yes today. They just need to say maybe. If it doesn't work for them, they can receive their money back within 30, 60, 90 days. And remind them of the life that the future holds if they try this solution. Here you can see the most common objections, which towards the end of the editorial, I think the fear of failure, the cost concerns are the most common ones. Because complexity, if you explain how to use it or how it works, it shouldn't be a problem. Safety and side effects, you should address this, and it shouldn't be a big of a concern. Skepticism about claims, this could be another objection, which so to avoid it, you can include studies or even reviews. If they see a review, some people could be very skeptical and they might not believe it. So I think the studies, including studies, would be the best way to go. So guarantee, the return policy. So you can go into more detail about your guarantee. You can say, instead of just saying there's a 90-day money back guarantee, you can say they offer a 90-day money back guarantee. Try this product for this many days and get your 100% money back. If you have any concerns, email or call this phone number, and they take care of your problem if there are any. And yeah, for an older audience, you can also address privacy and security. You can say, by clicking button now, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. And yeah, here are some examples. So still unsure about the product. So picture this: your face feeling and looking as youthful and vibrant as it did years ago. Rediscovering the joy of seeing a firmer, brighter complexion that reflects your inner youth. And if it doesn't meet your expectations, if you don't find yourself thrilled with your skin's rejuvenated, lifted look, then the brand doesn't want to keep your money. No complications, no questions. There's a straightforward 100% refund of every penny you paid. So yeah, so here it goes into more detail about the guarantee. And here's another example. Like, if not, you will receive 100% money back guarantee, 100% refund. If you're not absolutely thrilled with the results, if the brand doesn't want to keep your money, no hassle, no questions asked. Simply email this email, or you can add a phone number, and you have truly nothing to lose. Yeah, so another way you can end your editorial is a way that many sales pages end, is you can say that the reader is now at a crossroad. They have two options. Option one is either they click off and continue with their life, dealing with the problem how it is right now, how it's always been, and keep experiencing this pain point, and with the risk of eventually getting worse. Or there's option B. You can try this product completely risk-free, experience the benefits, experience the life that you're missing out on right now, that you miss so much, go back to how it was before the problem started. And if it's a rare case where it doesn't actually work, if it's not for you, you'll receive your money back. So there's nothing for you to lose. So here's an example. Why settle for the stress of aging or painful procedures? Device is the modern answer to age-defying skin. No toxins, no needles, just naturally enhanced beauty. The benefits extend beyond aesthetics. Embrace a safer, cost-effective, and holistic approach to skincare. So now consider your choices. Option one: wash your confidence away every time a new wrinkle appears or second skin is spotted. Or continue with the painful, expensive, and often risky route of Botox and other invasive procedures. So option number two: join thousands of women who have transformed their skin using this device. Safe, effective, without side effects. And for a limited time, you can get this discount. If you leave this page, you might miss out. And remember, it's completely risk-free. Here you have the money back guarantee. Click the button to check availability, to collect your discount, or to basically fall in love with your skin again. So yeah, as a conclusion, storytelling is powerful in marketing, but it definitely needs to be done right. And overall, you need to be persuasive, but you still need to be realistic. So the customer reads your story and he doesn't feel like it's too over exaggerated, too over the top. it needs to be realistic. It needs to feel like an actual person who was dealing with that problem is sharing that story. So yeah, here's a quick summary of a compelling story-based editorial. Start with a relatable problem, explore the various solutions that were attempted and failed, introduce the moment of change. So they met an expert, they saw an ad, or a friend or family member or colleague recommended a product or a solution. Address any skepticism. So try to explain what the person in the story felt after they were introduced to the solution, so the reader can relate. So they would think, well, does this actually work? Is this another gimmick? And yeah, basically, and try to think of all the objections the reader might have after you introduce the product, and then kind of in your story say that the person experienced the same objections, but after doing this and this and this, or after seeing this and this and this, like they were willing to take the leap of faith and try the product. Then explain the benefits and the experience after using the product, how their life changed, go into details if needed, how their life changed at work, how their love life changed, how their family relationship changed, how they feel in the mornings, during the day, at night, and so on. Yeah, towards the end, encourage action. So put a call to action, handle objections. In between these two, you can add social proof. And yeah, in summary, a story-based editorial should feel like a friend is sharing a life-changing discovery, make a connection, offer a solution, and invite the reader to take the next step. So keep your copy simple, engaging, and clear. So it's easy to read, and most importantly, be relatable. So yeah, thank you for your attention, and see you in the next one.